My name is Arrey. It's a pleasure to be on this platform today. Thank you for having me. Okay, so let's say that I was 2 years old when I was discovered to have sickle cell. And I don't know what happened back then, but I could say life became a roller coaster. You know, the battle for survival. Uh, you have to person about a hospital, home, hospital, home. You have to person like that. When you go to starting going to school, sometimes you spend more days in the hospital than in the classroom. And somehow we survived the rest of the year. It was not easy, but I'm grateful for the love and support of my family that have been here today. Some do not believe I can reach 21, but now, not only did I reach 21, I survived and I'm still here. Living happy, still facing the challenges and trying to focus on the joyful moments as well. So it was also a little bit about the journey as is high and low moments. The high moments, the few times I was not sick and away from the hospital. And the low moments, but being constantly in the hospital, losing my hearing, uh, sometimes even wondering if I will live to see the next day. They were all things that the trials and struggles of living with sickle cell at that young age. Well, um, taking care of myself basically revolve around watching what my mom and the rest of the family did to take care of me. You know, the kind of things they gave me to eat, the kind of meal plan I had growing up, how I was dressed up, why I had to maybe avoid playing with age mates, the need to constantly drink water. All those questions, you know, I've either been a young child who had to ask those questions. But as I grew up and started understanding the challenges I was going through and the nature of my health, it was now easier to follow the way my mom was doing to take care of me. Um, Adding that to my own research I do, while putting them together, well, to help me to be able to take care of myself, which has been a very helpful way of going about life. This one, so what can do normally to avoid or to prevent recurrent crisis? Just basically learn more about what you are going through. Know more about sickle cell. They say knowledge is power. So the more you know about what you are facing, the easier it is to deal with it. And the more easier it is to take care of yourself. Nobody likes to be sick. So if, for instance, I know that drinking ice water, very cold things could provoke a crisis, it is for my own benefit to avoid that. If I was like, oh, go ahead and drink, at the end of the day, who suffers? Me. So, learning more about what we are going through, making a conscious effort as much as possible to avoid situations that could provoke a crisis has been very helpful for me. But making the advice for me to be to minimize the frequency of my crisis and such helping me to stay away from the hospital and to live a very normal life as much as possible. So they have to pull in that. Actually, for from my experience, I understand that there are certain things I, as a warrior, or warriors in general, can do to avoid common infections. Some of the things we can do is putting the getting vaccinations and our medications. For example, there are childhood vaccines that are free for every child here in Cameroon, right up to 9 months. Parents of warriors can take advantage of that and make sure that their children get vaccinated. Also, there are some vaccines that are considered booster vaccines, which are recommended for parents with worries to give their children. For example, vaccines for meningitis, atomia, many doctors who care for warriors encourage that call it booster vaccines. It helps children to avoiding infections as much as possible. So when you take out the free vaccines, you add the booster vaccines like for meningitis from the age of 2 years. It will help a lot in avoiding or preventing infections for warriors. Also, it is important, especially in a malaria-infested place, to sleep under treated mosquito nets. It is also very important to practice good personal hygiene. Regular bathing, brushing 2 times, frequently changing the towels and bedsheets, and eating good food. Eat nutritious food. Eating nutritious food is not really about money. It is about a meal plan. So learn how to plan the meals in such a way that you have nutritious food all the time, even for less. The following importantly, I earlier spoke about vaccines. There are also some medications that are given to children 5 and below, prescribed by doctors. You can ask the doctors for that. For example, penicillin V, it helps in preventing infections for young warriors. So these are some of the things you can do to prevent common infections, which can also, provoke frequent crisis. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose I guess if I should continue with my advocacy and to build up my foundation to bring help to warriors. But that's all about helping. I would also like to be able to empower them. You know, when you teach somebody how to fish, it lasts longer than constantly giving them fish. So for the meantime, you help them, give them fish, but afterwards, to have a lasting impact, teach them how to fish. So that's very funny. And while I look for ways to help warriors, I will also work on looking for ways to empower them. Maybe help some of them to acquire skills that will guide them throughout their lives, to help them to be independent people in such a way that they live life to the fullest, maximizing their full potential. And for me personally, it happens to put intentionally focus on taking care of myself. You know, I what I eat, to drink, the kind of vibes I bring into my life. I like putting in the focus in the world. Too much negative news in the world today. I want to try to focus on the few positive ones. I don't think. Well, just live. What else you have to do? Live. Take one day at a time. Count your blessings. Show gratitude, especially to your supporting family, friends, and just be happy. Well, you are not down sleeping because of feeling pains. Why worry? Live. Be happy. Be happy so person about facing life one day at a time. Thank you. Uh, Thank you again for having me.